Welcome back to the Movie Draft House for another 5-minute review. I'm one of the two hosts of this show, Jeff. Some call me the lesser half because I don't contribute as much to 5-minute reviews, but I'm trying to catch up. So here's another one. I just watched a movie called A Simple Plan from 1998. Of course, you know me, I'm gonna watch a movie from the 90s. It stars Billy Bob Thornton, Bill Paxton, Bridget Fonda. It also stars Gary Cole, who most people know as Lumbergh from Office Space. This is a pretty good movie. Billy Bob Thornton is ridiculously good in this movie. He plays Bill Paxton's younger brother, and he's a much more simple man. You can tell he's not particularly intelligent, but he's also like really sweet. Like he has a best friend who's not really great. He's played by Brent Briscoe, who I mostly know of as the homeless guy that needed a ride in Yes Man, a movie I've seen way too many times. And, they're kind of best buds, but they're kind of goofy guys. They can't hold down a job. And then Bill Paxton is the smarter brother who has a job and a wife, Bridget Fonda, and a new baby on the way. And by the end of the film, it's born. She's born. But in this movie, our trio of Lou, played by Brent Briscoe, Jacob, played by Billy Bob Thornton, and Bill Paxton, played by Hank, come upon a plane that has crashed in the middle of the snow-drenched animal reserve thing. And on board, they find $4.4 million. And immediately, Bill Paxton's like, we need to go ahead and give this to the police. We don't want to get in trouble for this. Let's just give it to the police. But the other two talk him into keeping it. But Bill Paxton says, well, one condition. I'm going to hold on to the money. And once it's clear that no one's coming looking for it, then we'll split it up and then we all have to leave town. That's the premise of the film. Pretty basic, but what makes this work is the unraveling of relationships. How, the verse in the Bible that says money is the root of all kinds of evil. That's what plays out in the film over its runtime, which is 2 hours long. And it moves pretty quick. This is really good. Bill Paxton's great. Bridget Fonda's great. Brent Briscoe, he's not bad, but he doesn't command the screen like Billy Bob Thornton certainly does in this movie. So this is an easy recommendation for sure. The ending you may or may not be on board with. I kind of had a mixed reaction to it, where I found it could be kind of believable, but still kind of hard for me to swallow. But it's just a really great tale of how quickly money can corrupt, and how if you've got three people, and what's there's a saying about lies, two people can keep a secret but three can't, something like that. And that's sort of what happens here. One of the guys is like, I need my money now. And this is when things start to unravel as people start taking sides, and then they try to cover their own asses. And it just continues to cycle and cycle. One thing that's kind of good about the movie is there's a moment Bill Paxton comes home and he tells his wife, what would you do if you found, I don't know, $4 million in the woods? She said, no, I'd turn it in. I wouldn't keep it. We've got enough money. We're happy. Sure, we're not rich, but we're happy. And they are. He has a, beautiful wife, daughter on the way, pretty nice home. He just doesn't have a job he's particularly crazy about. But there's more good than bad. But the money introduces a lot of bad and jealousy. And so, like I said, Bridget Fonda's like, I'd turn the money in. But he says, okay. He dumps the money on the table, says it's real. And then she is fully on board with doing whatever sort of cover-ups, any sort of moral, shortcuts they're willing to take. And again, that just continues to roll and build until we get to a finale. And I don't want to spoil it. because I do recommend it. I think this is really good. As of my recording, you can watch it on YouTube free with ads, continuing my trend of watching films that are free with ads so anybody can tune in and check them out. But if you wanted to follow the podcast, you can do so on your favorite podcast app. Go ahead and click the like button. Is that a thing? Yeah, that's a thing. You can also click subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow me on Twitter at Podcast by Jeff. Mark's on Twitter at I Heard You Liked. And I'll see you on the next 5-minute review.